This is ridiculous. He has an immigrant visa to come to the United States, and he needs to be allowed to get out of the Kenyan detention now. That's ridiculous.
From an email from who? Do you want the email from? Customs and Border Patrol? I'm not with immigration. I'm his lawyer.
In the lead up to the election, there was already anxiety in the communities that I serve, be they undocumented immigrants or refugees. So people were worried, and now it turns out they had a good reason to be worried.
They're all American citizens and green card holders, aren't they?
Yeah, but I wouldn't advise a green card holder to travel.
Spent a lot of time with a lot of different refugees trying to figure out who was affected and who we were in a position to best help. We were prepared for certain fights with the Clinton administration. We knew we had our fights with the Obama administration. This is a whole different ballgame.
Friday, Mr. Trump signed a sweeping order barring people from 7 predominantly Muslim nations from entering.
The impact immediate. Hundreds of people at airports overseas and at U.S. borders denied entry.
Now, the president issuing a statement, this is not a Muslim ban. This is about terror and keeping our country safe.
ليلو مرحبا give me a kiss خلاص okay. My daughter, she's just 4 months old. Why you blame her because she have an Iraqi passport? Why you blame her because her nationality? She don't do nothing.
As of right now, the travel ban has been lifted, so families reunited at airports over the weekend.
Judge James Robart grants a nationwide restraining order against President Trump's executive order.
A constitutional showdown. On one side, a federal district court judge in Washington state. On the other side, the White House.
When you read it, it's all just code. The United States must ensure those who admitted do not bear hostile attitudes.
I mean, you look at purpose. If somebody's come out over and over again and said, hey, we're going to ban Muslims, and then what's the first thing he does? I mean, it's not hard to connect those dots. If and when the executive order can be implemented again, meaning they're going to stop people from entering the country, we would file our own lawsuit most likely.
Okay, so now are we still on the executive order, like taking that section out?
I feel like streamlining is what we need to do here.
Do you see other scenarios in which we're back to filing this?
Yes, the refusal to follow a judicial order. I don't know how different our complaint looks at that point in time, but probably not much.
Right now, the legal arguments are about 90% done. It would be a matter of plugging in the factual allegations, our clients' stories.
Salam alaikum. Siri.
They tell me America accept you as a refugee. So I start a new life here. I tell them I need a visa for my wife. I'm waiting more than 2 years to bring my family here. يعني موضوع القاضي مش خلص يمكن ترامب يرجع يعمل هاي ولا خلاص مش بإيده.
اي قرار جديد ما طالع هسه تشتغل على ضوء القوانين اللي عندك المسموح لك إلها بيها فاشتغل على ضوءهم ما لك علاقه بالباقي الله كريم عود.
Hours from now, a federal appeals court will hear the president's push to reinstate his travel ban.
Judges with the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco.
The ruling will determine whether this order will remain suspended or go back into effect.
President Trump said he thinks he will win this, he says, for the safety of the country.
I'm so convinced of the moral argument and some of the constitutional issues that I don't think I'm really thinking about their legal argument, which is just that the president and the executive branch have really broad discretion.
The president comes into office with an obligation to protect the national security of our country. The president understands, and it explains in the order, that these visa screening procedures are crucial. And the president.
I'm hopeful that Mohammed's daughter and wife will be able to get their visas in the next week or two before something else goes wrong.
Is there any reason for us to think that there's a real risk or that circumstances have changed such that There would be a real risk if existing procedures weren't allowed to stay in place while the new administration conducts its review.
Well, the president determined that there was a real risk. That's why the president determined that the best course was a temporary...
We are now getting the breaking news, the headline. The appeals court has ruled against reinstating the president's
unanimous decision refusing to reinstate his controversial travel ban.
The rules of the game are changing, every day, and it's not something that we are accustomed to. The judiciary is the front line on the vindication of individual civil and constitutional rights. That's all we've got at this point.
My wife, she said, I don't like to come here because I see on the news everybody speaking against the Muslim. I tell her, no, just came here. On the news, it's different. Nobody cares about what you wear or what you speak. Everybody will respect you. Don't worry.